The hosts of The View went back and forth over the speech that Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker gave at Benedictine College, and shockingly, Whoopi Goldberg actually defended Butker's right to free speech. I'm going to show you the clip of Goldberg, but it's then the response to Whoopi that is just straight up dangerous, anti-Catholic, anti-Christian for that matter, bigotry, and a fundamentally wrong idea about what it means to be Christian. Here's the Whoopi clip.
So the NFL released a statement that he gave this speech in his personal capacity, and they do not, the NFL does not share his views. So, you know, listen, I like when people say what they need to say. He's at a Catholic college. Yeah. He's a staunch Catholic. These are his beliefs, and he's welcome to them. I don't have to believe him.
Right.
I don't have to accept them. The ladies that were sitting in that audience do not have to accept him. The same way we want respect when Colin Kaepernick takes a knee.
Right.
We want to give respect to people whose ideas are different from ours, because the man who says he wants to be president, you know who?
Yeah.
He says the way to act is to take away people's right to say how they feel. We don't want to be that. We don't want to be those people. So I'm okay with him saying whatever he says, and the women who are sitting there, if they take his advice, good for them, they'll be happy. If they don't, good for them, they'll be happy a different way. That's my attitude.
Harrison Butker is a Catholic who gave a speech about Catholic values to Catholic graduates at a Catholic university. And as Heath Ledger's Joker says in The Dark Knight, everybody loses their minds. If a gay speaker was speaking about gay marriage at a gay pride parade, would anybody have an issue? It's like the internet just found out what Catholics believe, and that abortion is murder, marriage is between a man and a woman, motherhood is something noble for women to aspire to, and it's admirable for men to take on the duty and responsibility to provide for and protect a family. Apparently, this makes one an extremist akin to being an Islamic jihadist in the Middle East. Listen to this outrageous response.
So I agree with you, and I disagree with you.
That's okay.
So I agree with you that freedom, in the spirit of freedom of speech, I don't want people shut down or fired for things they're willing to say. Yeah. I will break with you on the comparison to Colin Kaepernick for this reason. Colin Kaepernick was standing up for the rights of many and saying in a social justice moment, this is a reminder that we're not there yet. What this man is doing is not just a devout Catholic. This is someone who's practicing something called the traditional Latin Mass, which is divergent from the majority of Catholics. It's compared to being cult-like and extremist, like some religions in the Middle East and Asia. So this is a very extreme religion, and what bothers me about that as a Christian is that when people abuse Christianity, they often not only cherry pick from the Bible, they misinterpret and lie by omission, by taking out parts that would have explained something a little better. So what I can say to him as a Christian is if you're using this to oppress a people or hold them down, you're not walking with Jesus. If you are using the religion, if you are more obsessed with the religious rituals and practices than you are with the word of Jesus, you're not walking with Jesus. And if you're using it for the judgment of others and as a weapon to beat people down, you're also not walking with Jesus. So I would really encourage him to find the best parts of faith and not diverge into extremist beliefs.
You see, what she is trying to do here is push the idea that only a small group of fringe extremist Catholics who attend the traditional Matin Mass believe these things about abortion, marriage, and the roles of men and women. No, these are Catholic beliefs. These are Christian beliefs. And if you've decided, which clearly this woman has, to accept things like abortion, gay marriage, etc., you are in fact the one who has diverged from Christianity. Walking with Jesus does not mean coming up with your own personal interpretation of what it means to be Christian. This is a fundamentally wrong and distorted view of what it means to follow Christ. And this is what I mean when I say that most Christians don't know what it means to be Christian nowadays. There are laws that govern the universe, and there are laws that govern how living things act within creation. Christianity is not something that you get to interpret. It is something that you align yourself with or not. Think of it like gravity. You align yourself with gravity and you can live and thrive. You misalign yourself with gravity and you'll get hurt or die. To be Christian, to follow Christ, to walk with Jesus, is to align yourself with this objective law of human living. Humans do not get to interpret their own version of gravity, and we do not get to make up our own version of Christianity. It just is, objectively. And here is what we are finding. That this group of so-called extremists, these conservative Catholics who believe these Stone Age delusional ideas that men are men, women are women, and that Christ is king, are actually thriving. It's the progressive, liberal, relativists, tolerant of all forms of degenerate human behavior that are actually the ones who are miserable and falling apart.